was a horrible decision. Hey guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to my channel. So today I am scared. I am really nervous about this video, and if it is online, then I will have deemed it successful. As in, as I'm starting to film this right now, I don't know that this will actually get uploaded because I don't know how successful or not I'm gonna be. Megan texted me the other day and she was like, hey, Nikkie Tutorials has this new video up where she uses one color from every eyeshadow palette that she has to do a face of makeup. You should try it. And I was like, that is a horrible, horrible idea. But she said I should just do it and just do it for fun. So that is what we are going to attempt to do today. Now, thankfully, I do not have near as many palettes as she does. I counted. I have 64 eyeshadow palettes, if I can count properly, that we're gonna use today. And as far as what makeup I have on right now, all I have done is primer, foundation, concealer, and an eyeshadow base. So we're gonna be using these palettes to do bronzer, blush, highlight, eyes, and I am going to cheat a little bit. I call it kind of cheating. So when I watched Nikkie's video, she did 2 separate eyes, which I think is gonna make this a little bit easier. It's gonna be kind of funny because obviously my eyes aren't gonna match, but who cares? You know, if it makes it easier to get through this, I will take it. So in no particular order, I have got all of my palettes stacked up next to me. I'm just kind of gonna try and do my best just to kind of grab from the top of the pile and work my way down. Like, I don't want to cheat and do this in any particular order. I don't know what shades we're gonna end up with. Let's just get started. For my first palette, which is the Juvia's Place, the Nubian 2 palette, we're gonna use Madagascar. It's like a brown. We're gonna try and use that as a bronzer because I don't have a bronzer on. Oh, she pigmented. I forgot how pigmented these shadows are. And it's a weird tone. But whatever. We're just gonna fly off of the seat of our pants, you know? Yeah, I don't love that color as a bronzer. It is kind of a yellowish brown, which is not ideal. I'm probably gonna have to, in the future, maybe get another bronzy kind of tone going. We'll see. Okay, the next palette that I have is my Jeffree Starr Thirsty palette. You know what? Let's try and like cool this down a little bit. We'll pull this color Subtle out of the corner. It might kind of look nice as a bronzy kind of a color. We shall see. It is subtle, that is for sure, but it is kind of, I don't know, weirdly for a more cooler toned brown, I feel like it's warming my face. I don't know. This looks horrible already. What a bad idea. I shouldn't have listened. Let's go into my I Want Candy palette. This is a Too Faced palette. And from this palette, let's take the color Ice Cream. And I'm going to use that kind of underneath my eye as like a brightener, I think. There are no rules when it comes to this kind of a thing. I think that's really pretty as a brightener though. This is what I'm kind of hoping, is maybe I'll discover something really interesting that I like. Who knows? I've got the Jeffree Starr Jawbreaker palette. Now, I'm actually really happy that I grabbed this one pretty early on. We're going to use this to fill in our brows, maybe if I can find a brow pencil. Okay, so we're gonna use the color Tasty from this palette and try and fill in our brows. I'm hoping that that is not too reddish of a brown for me. Oh, it is. Oh, well. Too bad. It is so red. You guys aren't even close to looking at me. I'll get closer. Might have to dull it down with like a ashy kind of brown. Now that we've got some really red eyebrows, let's try and tone it down. I'm going to use my Scott Barnes Snatchural #1 palette. We're going to go into color Vintage. It's like a light taupey kind of blondish color, and I'm hoping that that'll just like tone it down a little bit. Neither color definitely works for me, but maybe together, I don't know. From my Violet Voss Flamingo palette, I'm gonna go into the color Coral and use that as a blush color, I hope. Oh no, oh geez. We're gonna be light. That's nice, that's okay. I just realized I think we've only used like 5 palettes, maybe 6. This is gonna take a long time. From my Tati Beauty textured neutrals, let's use the Aura Metallic shade as a highlighter. That's pretty and subtle. I'm okay with it. I think the hardest thing that I'm realizing is that it's really hard to get like into the small pans with my big face brushes. But having said that, we've used a bunch of palettes so far and I have yet to put anything on my eyes, which is kind of reassuring in a weird way. I have this Too Faced Christmas Cookie palette and I'm going to use another color from here as a highlighter as well for my nose and my Cupid's bow. Okay, let's do Tinseltown. It's this color right here. I'm gonna use that for down my nose and also in my Cupid's bow. Next, we're gonna go into my Huda Beauty Nude Light Obsessions palette, and I'm going to take this shimmery pink, and we're gonna use that as like a blush topper. It is very, very pink though. Ooh, she's shiny. I like it. I like to glow. Why not, right? Okay, in my Natasha Denona Safari palette, let's start on some kind of an eye. So I think I want to do one more like pinks and that kind of thing and one more like greens and or blues. That's just from thinking about how my palettes kind of are as an overall collection, as I think that all of my palettes lean towards either the pink purple side or to the green blue side, or at least have some of that in it. So let's use the color Aya, and I'm just going to put that kind of all in my crease and all over my lid, and we'll put it right up to our brow. I'm not normally a brow highlighter, like an under the brow highlight kind of girl, but we're gonna have to do it today because I need to be using many, many colors. Okay, from my Lorac Pirates of the Caribbean palette, we're gonna go into Pirate's Chest. It's like a goldenish yellow, and I'm going to use that to really deepen the crease in that eye that we already have going. This is gonna be like such a layering game. Like there's gonna end up being like 5 or 6 colors in the crease, a bunch on the lid. I did pull out some MAC Fix Plus on the off chance that I want to make something really pop, but we'll kind of see how it goes. I also haven't decided yet if this is gonna be my green eye or my pink eye. We're gonna see where we end up. Next palette, I have this iconic London Day to Slay palette. This is all pinky. I guess we know which way we're going first. So let's go into Bellini. And I'm going to really, really stick that in the crease. I'm trying to, while get through all my palettes, still make this pretty wearable. Like I watched hers and she ended up, now she is like a pro at this and she's got the talent to do it, but she ended up with like color all up here. That's just not me. I don't carry my colors that high ever. So I think that I kind of want to stick a little lower, just play to my own strengths. And I've realized over time that my strength in makeup, in my opinion, while I can do the fun, colorful, crazy looks, is more of a natural kind of look. And that's just also because that's what I wear day to day. Next, we're gonna go into my Kat Von D Saints and Sinners palette. Let's go into Rosary. It's a little darker than I thought I wanted to get this early, but I don't know. I gotta commit. I gotta commit to doing like either a pink or a green kind of an eye, and this is gonna be my commitment phase. I'm just gonna put that really deep and all through the crease. We've committed. Let's get into my Urban Decay Naked Reloaded palette. I'm gonna start a little something something on the other eye, I think, just to have something laid down. We're gonna use Blur over here. I'm just gonna put this all over my eye and up into my crease as well. Well, at least this will remind me of a lot of palettes that I forgot existed, which is a lot of palettes. Into my Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, we're gonna go with Summer Yum. It's like a purpley brownish kind of a color. And I wanna put that kind of in the outer part of my crease here, starting to darken up. We'll put it on my lid too because I did it by mistake, and why not? Into my Too Faced Gingerbread Spice palette, use a gumdrop, and I'm going to put it underneath my eye, I think. Oh yeah, let's just do it in the outer corner though. And into the middle, because I'm starting to think that this is going to be a purpley pink kind of look, and I want to do some darker purple out here, maybe some lighter pinkish white in the inner part. I'm into my Huda Beauty Nude Medium Obsessions. Let's use this like darkish brownish color. We can bring some brown into like a pinky purpley kind of look, right? Oh yeah. Really darken that crease up. Now we're gonna go into my NARS Copper Voyageur eyeshadow palette, and let's take this middle color up at the top, which is Ocean Drive, and I'm going to work that into this crease. This is probably going to annoy a lot of people that I'm going back and forth between my two eyes, but if you ever do this one day, you'll understand. It's really difficult. Into my MAC Star Sighting Compact in Fuchsia. This came out in I was gonna say the summer, that's not true. It came out in their Christmas collection. This is kind of the color I was hoping for, is something like this, which I believe is Floof by MAC. We're gonna take that and kind of brush it into the inner corner of the pink eye. That sounds horrible. I don't have pink eye. And kind of just, you know, blend those colors together so they meet. Okay, for my Natasha Denona Tropics palette, I'm gonna use Xena. This was really hard to pick and choose which color to use because there's a lot of fun blues and stuff, but I'm gonna kind of keep working on this purpley eye, and I'm gonna actually pop that in between the two pinks down here. My Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette has many purples in it, so that'll be easy enough. Let's use Amethyst. I'm going to start doing some like packing on, I think, of the lid just in the outer corner because I love this color. And I've got to stop building my crease up. Into my Anastasia Beverly Hills Mini Pro Pigment Palette Volume 2. We're gonna dig into the green at the top, I guess. Put it all in my crease. It's probably gonna mix funny with those browns, huh? Because these, as much as they're like, oh, that's kind of cute. Okay, that's not bad. I was gonna say, as much as they're pigments, they were never really pigmented. At least I didn't find them super pigmented, but that's okay. I'm gonna put it high, I think. Next palette is my MAC Burgundy x9 palette. Let's go into this dark color in the bottom corner and put that on our lower lash line in the outer corner and really make that dark. My lower lash line, I'm super happy with. The upper lid, not so much. Let's get into my Huda Beauty Neon Obsessions green palette. Let's dig into the really bright green up in the upper corner there and just kind of also put that in our crease. Think that this is going to be a green to blue eye and the other eye is going to be like a pink to purple eye. It's gonna be interesting, we'll see. I'm gonna get into my Essence Earth palette. There are some lovely greens in this as well. Let's start into a dark one. So we're gonna go into this one in the bottom corner. And I'm gonna take that and actually smoke it underneath, I think. Near the outer corner. Something really dark, I think that's pretty. Next palette, I've got my Huda Beauty New Nudes palette. Let's use the color Spanked up in the top and add a little bit more to our eyelid. Those look kind of cool together, I think. Next palette we have is my MAC Mellow Moderns palette. I kind of wish that this had been saved till later, if I'm honest with you guys. But since it isn't, let's get into like this olivey green color in the middle. I wish it had been saved for later because it has a really nice black, which is matte carbon. That would make a really pretty eyeliner. Oh well. You guys should see the destruction that is all around me right now. There is so many palettes just like tossed on the bed, nicely put on the floor, kind of. I don't know. Let's get into my Melt Cosmetics Smoke Sessions Mean Green. It is the greenest green that I probably own. I like how I said I was going to do a blue-green eye, and it's almost entirely green now. I'm going to put that in the crease as well. Got my Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. Let's, you know what, let's kind of start working inwards. So let's take the color Dust, which is like a really, really shimmery, pretty pink, and I'm going to put that as my like inner corner color on this eye and hope that it doesn't get too buried. Got the original Naked palette. Okay, I'm going to change things up a bit and get into gunmetal here and try and bring some of the blues that I originally thought that I wanted on this eyeshadow look in. I don't know how this is going to go. I'm really going to trace it kind of in my crease. And in my outer corner, like make a little V. I'm starting to realize it almost would have been easier for me to try and make neutral looks because every palette has neutral colors in it. From my Naked Heat palette, I'm going to go into Scorched, which is like a shimmery kind of color. I'm going to try and pop that just over one portion of my eye that I think it matches because I feel like I haven't built color into the inner corner yet, which is I wanted it to be a lighter, brighter pink. How convenient that my next palette is my Naked Cherry palette. And we have this color here, which is Bang Bang. It's like a really bright pink, which is kind of what I was hoping for. Also, I've given up on brushes and just started using my fingers. Next, we're gonna get into my Urban Decay Game of Thrones palette. Let's use the color White Walker. It's like an icy blue, and kind of like I did randomly for this eye, let's do an inner corner color on that eye, because I have nowhere else to go with this palette. Really, really. That'll also bring that blue that I was hoping to get going into, that's a really pretty inner corner color. Should use that more often. I thought I was like almost done or halfway done, but looking over here, I almost have no hope for finishing this because I feel like my eyes are pretty much as done as, like, not as done as I would want them to be, but they're heading in that direction and I still have so much more to play with. Oh, this is giving me an anxiety attack. All right, I've got my Wet n Wild Not a Basic Peach palette. We're gonna use the bright blue color. Again, I'm committed to bringing some blue into this eye. Should I? Probably not, but it is gonna make it way easier for me to finish up. So let's put some of that into that other color. I've lost all of the original like greens that I had, but that's okay. I almost forgot my Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes palette, and that's because I always use this palette as like, I don't know, like a complimentary palette. I don't really use it for anything for real. Let's use Peach Punch and kind of get high on this eye. I don't know. I'm running out of ideas. It also looks kind of funny because I use the same brush I just dipped the blue into. Super unorganized over here. I've got my Fruit Sorbet palette from Violet Voss. Ooh, okay, we have to use that bright blue. I feel like I haven't used it yet. And I said I wanted blue, so let's use it. I'm gonna go blue kind of in the middle, I think. And then we'll use some green somewhere on the outside and some other lighter blue on the inside. Does that make sense to people? This is not the way I would ever normally apply my makeup, and by that I mean like all over the place. I am kind of always all over the place, but you know, like I said, I'm trying to be as random with picking the palettes out as possible. It's not going so well for me. I've Got my Jouer Tan Lines palette. Let's take that color Vitamin C. It's like the beautiful, beautiful mint, and kind of put that there on the inside. Blend it into that other color or over that other color. Okay, I've got this MAC Patrick Starr palette. Let's take this really dark purple and carve out some more of the crease in that eye because I'm out of options at this point. Okay, I've got my Urban Decay Born to Run palette. Let's take Guilt Trip, which is that shimmery purple, and put that on the outer side because I don't think I ever went back over the outside with a shimmer. I also just covered up part of the part that I actually really liked. I'm making mistakes. And my hands are like rainbow colored. I need to start using brushes. I've got my Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. Thank God that there are some bright pinks in here. We're going to go into Love Letters and try and fix the mistake that I just made. Easy enough. So I've got my MAC Aladdin palette. Let's take like this, oh shoot. We're going to take this really light pink color from the top corner, and I'm just sort of going to blend over like I was trying to just blend lightly and try and like re-blend it all together, but I just like ruined it. Thank goodness I still have many palettes to go that have pinks in it. Thank goodness. So we've got our MAC, what is this? Oh My Banana color palette, whatever. I'm really, this orange is like my favorite, so I'm gonna use the orange and try and fix this. Did I fix it? Did I make it worse? Do I have a lot of eyeshadow on my eyes? Yes, I do. BH Cosmetics Weekend Festival palette. Okay, there's so many ways I could go here, but oh man, let's use Dippy, which is like a super bright pink, because I fudged this eye up. Holy mother of crap. I never use this palette, and I really should, because that is really pigmented. Into my Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. Let's fix the inner corner and put some Cosmic in it on this eye, because I fudged it. Got my Sparkling Pineapple palette from Too Faced. Okay, I really want to use like this super beautiful, bright shimmery color. And I kind of want to use it as a brow highlight. Is that weird? Let's just kind of tuck it up here. That looks stupid. I'm gonna go into my Dominic Cosmetics Rustic Glam palette. And let's get into this shoot. Again, there's so many like greens and purples, but I really am committed to fixing this. So let's go into Gypsy, which is that really bright purple on the end, and try and salvage this. What is this? Makeup Forever Let's Gold palette. Okay, I want more green, but there's not a bright green in this palette. But there's some nice like pinky kind of color. So let's go into Jewelry, which is like a shimmery kind of pink. And I'm just gonna pop that over that orange that I laid, just to kind of blend the pink and the orange a little bit together, because that really bright pink from the Weekend Festival palette was really bright, like more so than I was expecting it to be. And I can't handle that. We're gonna go into my Tarte Toasted Tartlet palette. Let's take the color Candle, just like a golden color, and I'm gonna put that on this eyebrow for a highlight. Too early? Absolutely, but this palette's so neutral that like I don't know what else to do out of it. And then I just got stressed out because I just found my Juvia's Place Nubian 3 Coral palette, which is also a super neutral, but kind of like in a pinky coral way, but like I've already done enough damage to this one eye, so I don't know what to do. Let's take, I don't know, this orangey coral kind of color. So beyond the point of return right now. Add a little bit of that, why the heck not? I've got my Saharan palette, Saharan 2 palette. Oh, thank God. Okay, so there's some blues and some greens in here. We're definitely going to use those because we need to do something with this eye, finish it up. So I'm going to use like the bluish turquoisey kind of color. It is Berber. And put it over here. It's kind of going to bridge the gap a little bit for me, if that makes any sense. I've got another MAC palette. This is the Neutral Compact from Christmas time. And, okay, I was going to use like a pinky kind of glitter, but I think we've done enough damage to this eye. Let's take some of that gold glitter and just kind of tap it over that eye because I think it'll bring out the blues a little bit. Okay, I've got this Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette 5. It is the number 5 palette. We're gonna go into the really bright blue color and I'm going to put that underneath my eye. Bring some of that blue in. Okay, I've got the Kylie Take Me on Vacation palette. I am seeing a really bright blue. Let's just use that. Next, I've got this little mini Gingerbread. Oh my God. Oh, I forgot this palette existed. It's like almost all glitter. Oi. Okay, I'm gonna make a split gut instinct and use the Frost Yourself color and put it on this eye. Now, thankfully, it's not like a super solid glitter. It's kind of like a chunky, monkey kind of, it'll go everywhere kind of glitter, which I hate. But at least it's not adding any color. It's just adding an excessive amount of sparkle. Honestly, I'm not that mad about this eye. It's this eye that I've done too much work on. Going into my Alamar Cosmetics palette, let's use Celia. It's like a turquoisey kind of color. Take that on the outer corner. Those blues and greens are really blending into each other really nicely over there. I'm really happy with it. All right, I've got my MAC Warm Neutrals palette. Is it too soon? Okay, let's try and put an eyeliner on the pink eye. Let's go into this really dark color, which is Dance in the Dark, I believe. So I'm gonna take another little angled brush. I'm going to spray it with some Fix Plus just to try and make it a little more like fluid and then pick up some of that brown. It's actually like working kind of okay. It's not doing a great job. I'm gonna move you guys up. That's okay, right? To do it like 40 minutes into the video or however long it's been. I'm only gonna use this color on my upper one because I'm hoping I can find like another similar one for my lower one and use another color that way, kind of like in a cheaty way. Speaking of that, I have another Natasha Denona palette. We're gonna go into like the brown shade next to it, and I'm gonna use that as a like lower lash kind of liner. Oh, or stick it in my eyeball. Either way. Get really close to the lash line. I've got another Natasha Denona palette. This is the, what is this called? Sunrise palette. Let's try and put clove on our lips. I don't know how this is gonna go. I've never tried this before. Do I need to wet it? Do I need to put it on like just dry? Help me. All right, we're gonna try and put it on dry first and just sort of see what happens. I've just got this like Urban Decay lip brush. Okay, I'm gonna try and like wet this with a little Fix Plus because it's going on like really patchy. Yeah, okay. There we go. So the downfall is that like there's no real coverage with this, so it's like super dark in some places, like over here, and super not dark in other places, like over there. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to put like a shimmer on top just to like tone it down. We'll see what we have left. cool. I'm not completely mad at the color, but it didn't go perfectly well. Okay, so I went away for a second and I just sort of tried, and I do mean tried because it didn't go very well, to touch up underneath my eyes. I didn't add any more product. I just kind of used concealer to the best of my ability, which again was not great. Okay, let's go into this Natasha Denona palette. This is the Mini Gold palette. There's some nice like greeny tones. So let's take this one here and stick my finger in it. Put it under my eye with the blue. My, that is pigmented. Let's get into my Melt Cosmetics Vita palette. Oh, thank God. Okay, so there is some super fun greens in here to bring a little bit more green back into that eye. We're gonna do that now because it needs it desperately. Let's use Papal Picado, which is like the really neon green, and just kind of brush that all in here. Oh, that just made me so happy to bring all that green back, like, and keep some of the blue. Really just blend everything in together. Okay, I've got one more Juvia's Place palette. This is the Nubian. Oh crap, it's all neutral. I forgot. Okay, we're gonna use this dark brown to line this eye. I had kind of hoped we were gonna get into some kind of a black in one of these palettes, but I don't think that that's happening. I think I'm out of options. So let's line this eye. Nice, fat, ugly line. You guys, we're down to the last 3 palettes. So we have 2 Marc Jacobs palettes and 1 more Natasha Denona palette. So I have got to make this. Of course there's a black in the first Natasha Denona or frickin' Marc Jacobs palette I opened. What a frickin' moron. All right, let's use the black. I don't know. Let's get that on a liner brush and line the lower lash line with black. I don't know. I don't have enough garbage down there already. Oh, that's really pretty though. And I have to remember how black this black is. Wow. Is it bad if I go over the top line with it? I don't care. I'm doing it. I'm giving her. I want it to be blacker. Let's fix that by using this Marc Jacobs palette and this dark blackish greenish color on the other eye because this eye is just too dark now. I can't deal with it. I want this one to also have a dark line. Yes. Everything is coming together. So freaking happy now. Wow, these Marc Jacobs shadows are freaking pigmented. Dun 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 dun! One last palette. Where are we gonna go with this one? Let's use the brownish blue, kind of shimmery toned color thing, whatever. And just tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it on the outer side of this eye. Because why not? And this is the final look that we are left with. To be completely honest, I forgot we were going to go back and touch up the lips. It's far too late now. I am out of palettes, but I cannot tell you guys how grateful I am that I don't have any more palettes because holy crap, I was getting to the point where I was just like, whatever, let's add more, let's add more. So let's make it official and set it in stone. Got some MAC Fix Plus Coconut Setting Spray. I did just put mascara on, so hopefully this doesn't like really screw it up. And that's that. We are set. We are done. How did I do? How bad do my eyes look? Honestly, okay. First thing I'm gonna say, this eye I'm kind of into. I've been really liking greens lately. It's fine. This eye is actually not bad either in its entirety. They look really funny together. But thus is this video. Also not really mad about this lip color. It's also reminding me that I need to wear more dark reds. And to be, again, completely honest, I'm not that mad at my face makeup. So this was a really interesting video to film. It stressed me out, but here we are. You guys should see, I'm just gonna show you guys the carnage that is around me. So this is where I was tossing palettes onto my bed. This is when I thought that I was like originally being good and putting them on a dresser. This is when I started giving up and throwing them on the floor. This is where I originally had everything stacked. So thank you for coming along on this journey with me. It didn't end up as disastrous as I thought that it might be. I don't know. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Let me know how you guys feel I did. Be nice though. I know this isn't the most ideal look, but considering where I was coming from, it is what it is. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, I would really appreciate it. And Megan, I hope that this was everything that you dreamed it would be. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.